Alright, this demo here is for the Auto 306 with the electron beam gun. We're going to start with the top right here. This right here is your case for the rotary work holder. Then you have your chamber, your sight glass. Over here you got your control section. This is your sweep controller. I'll show you how that works in a few with everything else. Down below that is the gun control. Below that is your crucible turret control. Next to that is your deposition monitor. Then you have your work holder controller. Below those things is your temperature indicator for your cryo pump. Then you have your main on-off. There is a roto tilt, but that's not part of this system. And then you have your PLC controller, main vacuum controller for the whole system. Alright, here's your whole chamber, the door. And then you have your tank system below. Below here is you'll find your mechanical pump and your cryo pump. Over here you have your manuals for your Edwards. You have some Ebeam parts, some filaments, some pump parts in there. Then you have your Ebeam power supply. On the other side is you have your cryo compressor, also the manual. On the back side here, you have, of course, your cabling, your power supply. That all gets interconnected with the main system. Also, you have, this is a water-cooled system, so you'll need to supply 3.5 gallons a minute of water for the cryo and your deposition monitor. Back here is your connections to your sweep controller. And then you have your connections to your Ebeam power supply. The main thing with that is that it does have a big power line on here that's 3-phase, 60 amps. As you can see, you've got a big power supply or a big breaker right here. I will give you power requirements to the customer. Now, the main thing here is you want to, you're going to turn this button on right here, which is the power to the E gun, and then you're going to turn your current down and turn the gun on. That will indicate the gun on. Then you'll get your 5 kilovolts here, and then you're going to turn up the gun. You can see your milliamps there, and if you look in your gun, you're going to see it light up in there. And then I'm going to increase that current, and then you're going to see a pea-size spot coming in the middle of that pocket. You see that pea-size? That's melting the material, which we have aluminum in there. So it's got that melted. If you hit run, it's going to show right here that this is going to start increasing. As you can see, that's going up right now. So you would time that to give you how many micrometers of material you're depositing on your substrates. And as you can see, if I turn this down, it will slow it down. As you see now, it's slowed down a lot. And you can see in there, it's Okay, now over here is your sweep controller. Now I'm going to just turn this on just to have a little bit of a pattern. You can see that it's moving around. And if you look in your, you'll see that it's spinning around in the pocket there. You can slow it down if you want. You see that it changed patterns there. I'll even make the one so it goes front and back. I'll add a little bit of the side, and now I'll turn down the other side so it'll go side to side. And then of course you can do your frequency. You can make it go really fast. And then I'll just go ahead and put it back to manual. Down below here is you have the gas. If you want to put a gas to it, that's a manual valve. And over here is your shutter to open and close the shutter. You'll have manuals on everything that tell you how to work everything. But if you want to vent the system, first off you're going to shut your gun off, the power, everything, and then come over here to vent. Right now we're 1 in a 5. Base pressure of this thing is about 2 to the 7, but I've been running a couple processes in it, so it takes a little time to get in there. Plus I'm venting it with regular air as opposed to nitrogen, but I will show you that it gets down into the 7 range. We'll take a picture of it and send it to you when it's done. But let me push the vent button. I just crossed into 6 there before, but so then what happens is the vent will go off, and then you can hit cycle or not, or you just leave it, and the chamber vent is going to go, and you can hear that it opened up. When this thing gets close to atmosphere, you're going to see all this stuff shuts off. This does change with the pressure. Now you can see the chamber pressure's up to. Now you can see everything shut off. I'll open up the chamber. And here's your gun, your shutter, your work holder, which is spinning. All you got to do is just shut it off from here. And there's also a speed adjustment button on here. As you can see, I shut it off, and then I'll turn it back on again. And then you have, this is a 4-pocket E-gun, so you would just turn to another pocket, and you'll see that it just rotates to it. I don't have any material in the other pockets, so you can see that they're clean. That's pocket 2. Pocket 3, and I'm just going to make it go right back over to 1. Okay, here's your deposition sensor right here. Your water lines to your gun are here. Of course, you can see your chain for your turret control. You got your glass system that protects the front window from getting deposited on. And what you would do to run the system is you would close this, come over here and hit the cycle button. And I'll turn on your roughing pump. And then your chamber will start, that gauge will start changing. It will go through its cycle to go all the way to a high vac, and then it will pump down to whatever your desired base pressure would want to be. And then you go ahead and run your process the way I started up last time. I will take a picture of it to show you how far the base pressure goes. But since I opened it up and it's a really rainy day here, it takes a little bit of time since I'm using the air out here to evacuate the chamber. But this is a video just to show that your system does work. I plan on cleaning the chamber out before it gets sent to you. So I will show you, take a picture of the chamber and the base pressure of the system in the near future.